for it.
Oh, that's literally like a peach. Hi, I'm Barrett, the DM for Gala Cala. I came up with Nipodel, or my world, probably starting on 6 years ago. The campaign has probably been in the works for maybe 5.5 to 6. Very closely runs in with the building of the world. So I think Nipodel is special and unique because it's a culmination of a lot of great world builders and DMs before me. Not that I'm claiming to be great by any means, but being able to take things from stories that I've read or shows or anything and then kind of culminate them and compile them all down into kind of the niceties that I like and be able to pinpoint things. Not to mention the world as well as the campaign was really written for each party member in mind. So each of the little hooks that happen has been designed to entice or annoy a party member. So it's really fun to watch the characters really be able to create the world rather than me just writing it out. They really end up creating it for me, which, I mean, they're so much smarter than I am. So it's much rather watch them work than me try and write some story that wouldn't do it justice. I've been playing D&D for on and off again for probably between 10 to 13 years. I've been DMing for probably 6 to 7. Various different styles. A lot of homebrew. Couple campaigns out of books and things like that. For the most part, probably 10 years would be a safe bet. My favorite city that I've built that the characters have been to thus far is Golmordor for sure. Just because of all the intricate pieces and dichotomies between factions and things like that were going on. My city that I'm most anticipating them getting to is probably Strongbank. A lot of culmination over the past years with this campaign, hopefully, is going to kind of all filter into to kind of a grand reveal, if you will, in Strongbank. So I'm very excited to see how that plays out as well.
I want to say Meadowshore. So that was a happier time before things got really bad. There was just festivals, there was fun things to do. We hadn't destroyed any cities yet.
Oh, favorite city so far, probably, was it Westerfield? Because I got to get tinker drunk and throw up on some church steps. That was so fun.
My favorite city was definitely Golmordor. Just personally, outside of campaign, I'm a huge fan of dwarven architecture and lore, and I think that was an awesome city to be a part of. In-game, I really appreciated how much there was to do and how many options we had as players, and I really appreciated that we got the opportunity to mess it up the way that we did.
Golmordor. It was so complex and self-sufficient. It was really cool to just step into that and to become a part of that world.
Honestly, I'm probably going to have to say Golmordor. We spent a long time there, maybe a little too long, but there's so much happened there that changed the course of the story, that changed everybody's mood.
I'm really excited for Strongbank. I'm really excited for the libraries there and the knowledge that we're going to get as a party.
I'm very excited to get a Strongbank. I feel like it's a lot of culmination of stuff, and we're gonna learn a lot about everything and connect a lot of dots there.
I'm super excited to go to Strongbank. This library in Strongbank that I've heard about sounds just phenomenal. Apparently there's a lot of Dragonborn there too, so I'm really excited to see what kind of people we meet.
Strongbank.
Ooh, do I have to pick one?
Craziest twist so far is probably when we met the hag lady in the teepee, and she's just like, "Hey, let me spill all that tea."
The fact that I never had my own soul, that was a big one.
Ooh, biggest twist I have seen so far. I don't know if it's because it's most recent, but probably the hag and figuring out that she's the one who had a holdover out.
Like, as Emily, just being like, was just when the princess was a doppelganger.
Princess Switch doppelganger business was pretty freaking twisty.
Like, I remember Barrett being like, and then all of a sudden the princess starts to shift, and we were all just like, no! Like, it was just such a cool moment, and it's what's defined the rest of the campaign so far. So that was a huge thing.
First is Al, and I was playing a deity, so that was a huge culmination for his character, and I feel like that had a lot of building blocks that needed to kind of fall in a certain way for it to really land. So for me personally, that was a lot of fun.
The strategy moment with the gnolls. I don't know if that's roleplay, but that was just so fun.
I think my favorite moment that I have personally gotten to roleplay was one of my first, which is whenever we were in the Gnoll's hole, and I got to become a gnoll. I become a gnoll 3 times, and it worked every time.
Just doing the same thing 3 times and having it work every time was just the best.
There was a moment where Tinker was talking to Jared about why she signed the secondary contract, and it was just a really cool moment between me and Tyson to be able to, like, just fully be in Tink and Jared and be able to just, like, I was expressing all of these things that had been building up for so long, and it really felt like Tink and Jared were talking and not Emily and Tyson. So that was a really cool moment.
There was a moment way back when Tink was having severe doubts about herself and where she stands with her family, and I think that was the first time that Jared and her really connected, when he was telling her that she is not her last name. She doesn't have to live up to the expectations of her family, and she can make her name as Tinkerton, not Fayhorn.
Tinker trying to get home and hearing her mom's voice.
Probably when Tinker was trying to get home with her mom across the bridge.
The river crossing, that was one of the hardest things that I had to watch as a friend inside and outside of the campaign. That was a very hard moment.
Monumental moment for Tinker. So it was the first time that her family wasn't there for her when she really needed them to be.
I think it's just a big moment for Tinker, and so to witness that, I mean, it wasn't necessarily the greatest moment for her, but I think it was a powerful moment of growth.
I think this campaign is original. I've never seen what hopefully is in store out of any writing or anything like that. I think the people that play in the story is what makes it as amazing as it is. I can't speak highly enough for the players that sit at the table, whether they're full-time or guest players. I think if you like fantasy craziness that seems to take weird turns at any given moment for whatever reason, I think anybody would enjoy watching and hopefully participating with us in this journey.